Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. Child, it is so hot in my office. The air hasn't been working for now 3 days, and we have fans blowing in there and everything, but of course it's just blowing around hot air. We have windows everywhere, so the sun is shining in there and it's cooking us. And I'm so fucking over it. It's like I walked in there, walked out, let me do this video. Okay? Lunch early today. Anyway, you guys, first story up, we'll have to say rest in peace to John Singleton. We all know that he passed a few days ago after having a stroke a little over a week ago. Remember, I actually reported on it last top of the blogs that he was in intensive care. It wasn't looking good. They hadn't announced at the time that it wasn't, but I assumed that it hadn't been because there was really no more news on how he was doing. So that made me feel like he was still in the same place and it wasn't looking good. You guys also know that the family has been fighting over the estate. They actually began fighting over it before he even died, which sadly happens. Evidently, John Singleton has 7 kids, and one of the children in particular, a Cleopatra, she was in the courts trying to get, I guess, emergency control over his estate. Well, they said that his mother had been controlling his business affairs his entire career, or most of his career, and there was no reason why she wouldn't be expected to continue with his business affairs, while he was sick and then, as a result, dying. I guess they were battling it out in court, and while that was going on, he ended up dying. So everything stayed in the mother's control. It was looking like it was going to be a mess. It looks like it still might be a mess, but good thing we found out that John Singleton did have a will in place, that his mother is in control of that will, of course, and that the mom will be or has already presented the will to the lawyers and, probate court and whatever it is that he had decided, it's already been done. So that should curtail a lot of this fighting. We do know a lot of times people will contest wills, but as far as I know anyway, John Singleton has always been in his right mind, and I'm assuming that whatever he put in that will is the decision that he's made in a sound mind. They have got my hair pulled back a little too far. Y'all see a little too much of the baby hair. They haven't really said if he had, health problems or what may have caused the stroke. I do kind of feel like in the latter years, John Singleton hasn't looked all that healthy. He did pick up some weight, but it wasn't even just the weight. It just looked like his skin was darker, and it looked like something was going on there. I actually thought that, and I don't know why I thought that, because I must have known at one time that he was my age. But I forgot that. And then just because of those recent pictures, my mind was putting him much older. But to find out that he was just 51 years old, I was like, damn. Okay, so very sad though, even with all of that being said, very sad because John Singleton is, responsible for so many great cinematic moments. I can just remember his movies, going to go see, Higher Learning was like a big, big, big deal. Boys in the Hood, Rosewood. I forgot he did Poetic Justice, Fast and the Furious, one of those parts of that franchise. He's just been responsible for a lot of black movies, and he was important because, even though we know there are a lot of producers and directors out there who are black, there still remains just the main known names out there. He was one of them. We've lost him. It's much harder for black people to make it in that industry. So yeah, we've lost one. Not only important to just the entertainment industry and the cinematic industry, but a visionary. This guy was just really a talented person. Loved his show Snowfall. Really hoping that show doesn't get canceled. But again, if that was his vision, it might be difficult for them to carry that show on, which is unfortunate because it was a really good show. But with all that being said, I'm just really saddened to see another one of ours go. Very young too, 51 years old. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a mess with his family, so that he can not be troubled in the ground, while his kids and his mom and everybody is fighting over everything. So hopefully the will put an end to all of that. But like I said, 7 children he leaves behind. I don't believe he was married, but 51 years old. Rest in peace to John Singleton. And then while we're talking about recent deaths, we'll also send a rest in peace to Lauren Braxton. Lauren Braxton was not a celebrity, of course. She was the daughter of Michael Braxton Jr., which is the Braxton sisters, Tony and Tamar and Tracy and Tawanda and Trina. Their brother, his 24-year-old daughter, died, I think they said early Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Her friend found her collapsed in the kitchen. She was shortly after that pronounced dead. Michael Braxton has come out and said that his daughter had heart disease. So they are attributing her death to that. Don't know much more about her, but 24 years old, okay, just starting her life, and it's already over. So prayers up for that family, all of the sisters and the brother, the parents. That family has a lot going on right now. And even though Gabe wasn't a part of the family, he just recently died. I'm sure he was still, even though him and Trina weren't together, he was still, meant something to them. And then now they have their niece, 24 years old, has passed. So like I said, prayers up to the family, and rest in peace to Lauren Braxton. And child, while I'm talking about all this sadness, I might as well talk about those who are sick and shut in. So Larry King had a heart attack. Peebo Bryson had a heart attack. Bushwick Bill has been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And Curtis Blow is undergoing surgery for his aorta, damage on his heart. So with the exception of Bushwick Bill, this opens our eyes to heart issues. Some of it is genetic, some of it is hereditary, and then others is a direct reflection of our lifestyles and the things that we eat and us being immobile, and it's an eye-opener. I have been trying to be a little bit more active because as I get older, I just kind of realize that the body doesn't do what it used to do. You can continue on as you're younger and thinking that it's always going to be doing what it's doing then. But time will let you know for sure that you have got to get out and you have got to take your health a little bit more seriously. So everybody in that group that I just named, all over 50, definitely. And, well, I guess Bushwick Bill would be. He should be over 50, right? Yeah, I would think so. I didn't look up anybody's ages, but yeah, we've got to do better. We've got to eat better. We have got to drink our water. We have got to be more mobile, like I said, exercise, and we have got to cut down considerably on our stress in whatever way you got to do that. So prayers up for them as well. We're going to get on to some other stories because, boy, what, all of the stories today ain't really all that uplifting, but we'll get through them. Prayers up for that group, though. So it seems that Remy Ma did turn herself in to the authorities yesterday because allegedly she had hit Brittany Taylor. You guys know her, the struggling rapper from Love and Hip Hop New York that was always battling Bianca, actually. She had hit Brittany Taylor in the eye, gave her a black eye, and Brittany Taylor had reported it to the authorities. Now, we talked about this. I didn't know the particulars on the story. Brittany did come out and say something about, You know, they were at the Irving Plaza in New York. Okay, that place really gets some shit going on. It might be some damn demons under. It made people get to acting a fool up in there, don't it? I mean, isn't that where the shooting happened with the tax stone or tax free? What's his name? Tax stone. Yeah. And what's the other one's name? The old lady in me. That's where the girl got shot. You know, T.I. was wrapped up in some shit. Was that all the same event? Yeah, I think that was all the same event. But now here we go. Remy Ma losing all her cool and busting a bitch in the eye. I was hoping that they, you know, wasn't going to come to the point where she actually got arrested. But yeah, she turned herself in. Was let out very shortly after that on $1,500 bail. Did not talk to any of the reporters outside, but her lawyer is saying that what Britney is alleging is false. And I guess we'll hear more about the story, but I mean, you can only go by the proof so far. I mean, somebody hit her in the fucking eye. She ain't ran into Remy's fist, did she? I just feel bad. I feel bad. You know, as much as I like Remy Ma, you know, you have got to be able to control yourself. Now, nobody says that Remy Ma is going to win any awards on having control. Okay, we know what she's done in the past, and a lot of times things like that, it just lays dormant in us, and it just needs something, you know, to awaken it. Remy doesn't strike me as the person that has that much patience, and the girl knew which buttons to push, and she got fucked up for it. But you know, even as much as I don't necessarily like Brittany Taylor, I can't give Remy a pass on this one. You got to be able to control yourself. You got so many good things happening for you right now. You know, you've made it very clear that you don't need to be on the bullshit. You've got your show with Joe Budden. You know, you just had a baby. It's all about black love. You know, you got this great husband who really cares and supports you. I mean, all these good things. And look, you've given people an opportunity to say, oh, you know, even with all of that, you know, she always still gonna be some hood bitch that, you know, want to fight every 15 minutes. I don't think that that's what she is, but I think that she's given people the opportunity to keep saying that that's what she is. And a lot of times you just cannot outrun your past, can you? I tell you guys that all the time, right? So, I guess they're gonna be battling this out the legal way. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, Remy Ma has created some legal problems for herself. But we'll stay tuned. Anything else that happens with that, I will let you guys know. They're also saying that Soulja Boy is in jail. They sentenced him for 240 days. That's just a little bit short of a year for not completing community service. Not only did he not complete community service, but he went to court, lied and said that he did, and then forged the documents that said that he did. The judge was like, you can get this little old piddly shit out of my face because it's obvious that this is fake, this is phony. You think I'm a damn idiot. So just on GP, you know, just because you think that you can insult my intelligence like this, yeah, 240 days for that ass. And hey, what can I say again? You know, Soulja Boy started off the year pretty well, you know, and he was everywhere. He was working the social media and everybody was enjoying him. And, you know, he just was stupid enough to not do what he needed to do. How hard is it to do fucking community service? Okay, you're a celebrity. Okay, wrap that around going and talking to the kids at the school about, you know, creating businesses. And I mean, it's so many ways that he could have worked that. Instead, you lie and say that you didn't. Child, I don't feel sorry for Soulja Boy. Just sometimes the easiest way is the right way. Take your ass and do what the hell the court said you you're supposed to do. Yeah, that's going on there. And then you know, another story, they say that Raz B was arrested early yesterday morning for choking out his girlfriend, domestic violence. He was in Minnesota. They had a show. You know, the Millennium Tour was going to be performing that night, last night, in Minneapolis, and he got into a fight with the girlfriend, choked her out. They said the girlfriend wasn't trying to help the police. You know, she wasn't, what's the word? she wasn't cooperating with the police. However, somebody must have called, so they must have been making a ruckus or something. And when the police got there and they saw that she had marks around her neck, they arrested him. No bail. Okay, now you know what no bail means. That the Millennium Tour happened last night and there was no Raz B there. Raz B has been a pain in their ass, who we kind of felt like was probably going to be the problem from the very beginning. You know, he originally, like right after the tour started, said that he was going to quit because he was uncomfortable about Chris Stokes being there. Okay, they got him back on track. Then, you know, there was some talk about him having some sort of fits on the stage. Turned out that might not have been true. Maybe he was just having mic problems and was a little frustrated about that, but you know, no real problem there. But then we saw he was mad that some woman stole his sunglasses behind, you know, backstage. I guess like when they were having a VIP meet and greet kind of situation, he was mad about that. You know, he made a big fuss on social media about that. And now this, okay. I'm sure they like, can we get through the fucking tour? All right, just to the end of May. I will say I'm proud of them that they've been able to make it thus far. But take the shit on home. You know what? Let's finish it out strong. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen with Raz B. He's probably gonna go to court today, and I guess the judge is gonna figure it out. I'm sure they're not gonna hold him, but and you know, Raz B definitely has his issues. Okay, he actually put out a statement through his lawyers, and they said that Raz B takes full responsibility for his actions. The incident represents a turning point after years of isolation, repressed emotions, and unhealthy coping mechanisms in response to childhood trauma. He intends to seek treatment to become a better man and grow beyond the pain of his worst mistakes. And we can give him that. However, you don't get a pass, okay? You can't be choking your girl out and all of this, okay? You need help. I don't know how much help he's going to get. They're saying that he's going to be on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. That definitely cannot be healthy for him. Y'all, Mona's my girl and everything, but the level of exploitation on that show is hard enough for a person who is mentally stable. Okay, somebody who has mental health issues because of childhood trauma is I don't know, that seems like that's gonna be a very bad you can already see the train wreck that's about to happen there. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if Mona don't get some shit set up where him and Chris Stokes, you know, sit down and talk or some shit like that, and he loses it on camera. I wouldn't put it past them. So I don't think any of that's a good idea. I was worried about the tour, but as it was going on, you know, it was looking like it was working out, even though, you know, it's been touch and go for him. But yeah, I don't know. So definitely needs help. After you get through this tour, you know, Raz B, you might want to look into getting some counseling, like some for real counseling, and putting yourself first, taking care of the demons that are on your shoulders and on your back. Okay, so all of that is very unfortunate. That whole little segment I just told y'all about. Didn't I tell you it's a whole bunch of shit and nothing good in this top of the blogs for today. Let me see if I can find a story to close it out that's going to be good. But anyway, until then, next story. The Billboard Awards were last night. I didn't watch them. I actually forgot that they were on. I was out walking my husband's dog, and by the time I got in the house and settled and ate and, you know, took my bath and all that, by the time I got in bed, it was 10 o'clock. Okay, I had to miss 2 hours of it. I was like, fuck it, I ain't even gonna watch it. But, you know, I watched, I looked on Instagram and saw the red carpet, and I was really bummed that I felt like I was missing something. Y'all tell me if I was. Okay, they say that Drake made history by winning 12 Billboard Awards in one night. Carly, I'm about to call it Carly Red, y'all. Cardi B Won 6 awards. Remember, she was nominated for, I think, what was it, 19 or was it 21 or something like that. She was the most nominated female artist. But Drake was, had made history by winning the most in one night. So I haven't seen any other performance other than your girl Taylor Swift. And I was really uncomfortable watching the performance. That same like embarrassed feeling that I feel when I feel like people are up there and not funny trying to do jokes. It was like that exact same feeling for Taylor Swift, mixed in with just the audacity and the caucasity, if I will. Now, I am very aware that Beyonce did not ever start this whole drum line, performing with a band, even if it's an HBCU or whatever, and people being in the stands and on the, I know Beyonce didn't start any of that. However, there's no way that you can't tell me that Taylor Swift copied that idea, purposely so, because Homecoming just came out. Everybody knows what happened at Coachella. For her to come out, it was so stupid. And I was just like, girl. Okay, now, first of all, she's trolling. Like, she wants people to talk about it, but it's not a good look. All right, now, of course, she's got her Swifties or whatever they call them, and they're always going to support her. People are going to be like, you act like Beyonce started. That is not the point. There's no way that you can't say that girl did not purposely try to do the same thing that Beyonce did. And just looking at it like, girl, you are kidding me. First of all, we gonna need some pep. This band that you had, child, it looked like what's the old man military band that come out, the Legion, what is it called? I was just like, people were saying that it was some like from maybe some white college, band, but I was like, no, these motherfuckers looked old. They look like your grandfather when him and all his cronies from back when they was in the military back in the 30s and 40s. They get together and they put on their old shit and try to make it happen. It was all drums, so it wasn't like she had a band up there. But I was just like, Taylor, really? I mean, you really are doing this. When she came and stood out there and did what it is, so I was like, girl, get your white skinny ass off. I really wish I could have been a fly on Beyonce's wall when she saw that shit there. I mean, it ain't nothing for me to be getting mad and shit about. I can't even say that you're culturally appropriating, because you just a downright copying the same concept. Child, that's all I got to say about that. I just looked at that. I was like, girl, you is really doing the most, ain't you? I saw that shit on Ashley's Instagram last night, and I was like, who is that? I didn't even know who she was. And when she said Taylor Swift, I was like, girl, let me go look at this shit. Ooh. What did you guys think about Taylor's performance? To me, it was so distracting that it was, copying, that I didn't even really pay attention to the song or whatever the fuck she was doing. And then open the show too? Anyway. I don't know what else happened on the show. Like I said, I didn't watch it. So you guys get in the comments and tell me what I miss, so that I can go back and check out the highlights and go on YouTube and whatever performances and everything. But yeah, that right there was enough. Congratulations to all the other people that won on the show. But that's it for the Billboard Awards. And then lastly and quickies, y'all see my baby hair? See, that's the work of Jada right there, just working it out. We have to pull this down a little bit, y'all. See, it's got to be carefully placed. But see, I can't make this happen. This here is called stair steps, Jada told me. See, it's like 1, 2, 3, and then we bring it back around here, 4, 5 steps. She even had the nerve to be trying to curl up my little something over here. The shit is turning gray. I see, that's another reason why I was, not really wanting to get braids because my perimeter of my hair is gray and I want to dye it, but I would have to take these braids down in the front and all that, and it's too early to be doing that. I don't need the front rebraided yet, but all this fucking gray up in here, not cute. Anyway, getting back to the video, they say your boy Steve Harvey is preparing to divorce Marjorie Harvey. Now, of course, right now it's just hearsay, but they're saying that he is quietly liquidating many of his assets, collecting the money on things. They're also saying that he is removing quietly her name off of some of the business ventures that they have had together. And I don't know how these things go legally, but people are saying that that's usually a sign that people are preparing for some sort of change in their life in the near future. First, let me say that I hope that they're not breaking up, because this is a marriage, and you know, as janky as the way that it started, I don't want to see marriages break up. However, I will say that I'm not surprised if this is indeed true. I know he better have them lawyers locked down and ready to fight, because Marjorie Harvey strikes me as the woman who gets what she wants most of the time and is going to take his motherfucking ass to the cleaners. You know, I'm not one to say karma usually, you know, is a bitch. I don't be doing all of that, but in this case, third marriage, we already know how his last marriage ended and how badly he treated Mary, even if Mary was a bitch. Okay, he definitely went overboard, and now it looks like he is gonna meet his match in Marjorie, because Marjorie is a whole nother. Anytime a woman can get a man to adopt all her damn kids, and half of them was old already, and he gave everybody their last name, I was just like, oh, okay. All right. Now, it seemed like the man been working his ass off ever since he's been with her, just to be able to keep up with her lifestyle, what she expects. And while he working 10 and 12 job, he's a hey man. Marjorie's out there styling, high profiling, traveling, fashion shows. You know, she's staying in the houses of all these huge designers, and you know, she's just out there living her very best life. Okay, but you can't tell me that if you come thinking you about to just divorce Miss Marjorie Harvey and I'm gonna go off quietly into the sunset, honey, you got another motherfucking thing coming. I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it, but I mean, Steve Harvey is just to me, and has been to me even before all that shit happened with Trump. He's always been very self-centered to me. He's always made things be about him. If you listen to his jokes, it's always been, you know, I said, you know, I used to do this and I do this and I me, I. And then when him and her got together, you know, that was just sort of like two self-centered, you know, oh, they looked miserable ever since that Trump thing happened. I know they moved to Los Angeles. I don't think that move to Los Angeles was healthiest for their relationship for a number of reasons that I won't say. But there's things out there about why LA might not be working out for them. They got a lot going on there. And like I said, it doesn't seem like he's happy. She looks fine, though. As a matter of fact, I think she's in Tanzania or something, you know, sitting on the front row of some fashion show, some up there, got on some $24,000 outfit, you know, all of this. So we'll see what happens there, but not surprised at all. I guess you better get ready, huh, Stevie boy? They're saying that Nipsey Hussle's sister was trying to get custody of his daughter Imani, guardianship, I should say. She was trying to get temporary guardianship, emergency. Let me back up. She was trying to get emergency temporary guardianship of the daughter because I'm assuming she was feeling like the mother was unfit. She was denied that custody because the mother has always had primary custody. Now, I know there's stories going around saying that, you know, she didn't have custody. She doesn't have custody of any of her kids. You know, the kid lived with Nipsey and Lauren London. I've heard all the stories. I've read all the stories. But the court paperwork says that the mother had primary custody Monday through Friday, and that Nipsey Hussle had custody of her on the weekends. Okay, That is what is down on paper. That is what the court said, and that is what they had agreed on. Now, I don't know if outside of the court papers, if she was staying with Nip, she could have possibly been staying with him more, because, you know, if everybody has a cool relationship, you know, you might let your daughter be with her father more days than what the courts say, because maybe she's, you know, that's happy where she is happiest, or, you know, whatever. But on paper, that's what it is. So they were not going to go against the mother, and I know this from working at Department of Children and Family Services in LA. If they haven't said that the mom was unfit, then they're not going to give custody to the sister. It's the mother that would be coming first. So something tells me that somewhere along the lines here, people are worried about the money. And not saying that the sister is trying to get any of the girl's money, but it could be a possibility that they feel like if the mother has control of the money of the little girl, if there's some way that she can get into that trust, because they say that there are ways that it can happen before the girl turns 18 or 21, or however he has it set up, that it might be wasted away. Okay, so somewhere along the lines in here, that's where it sounds like the concern is. But again, I'm just speculating, but just letting you guys know, court paperwork says that the mother has always had custody. That's why the sister didn't get it. And then lastly, you guys, I gotta end it on somewhat of a positive note. This is a good note. Babies are always good. They say that Eva Marcel and her new husband, Michael Sterling, out here in Atlanta, Georgia, are infanticipating. That is right. They say that she is about 4 months pregnant. I think I read 17 weeks pregnant. That belly is out there already. They hid it. We had no idea, but then I'm thinking back, like, okay, at the reunion, her dress was really big. Even though the reunion was a couple of months ago, she was just 2 months, so she wouldn't have been showing all that much. But yeah, she is infanticipating. She is going to be having a baby. I was like, girl, that show did seal that peach on the show. You start to wonder if people start planning their lives and doing things, you know, strategically so that they can have the opportunity to stay on the show. I said, Shamari, girl, maybe you should have got pregnant too. So, yeah, they say that she's pregnant, and we'll be seeing more of that on the next season, because they've already started filming, they say, for season 12 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And, yeah, that's it, huh? Whole lot of bummer. And then, oh! I am so glad I remembered this, because I've been forgetting all week. I want to shout out one of my rock stars. She has become a real rock star lawyer. She passed the bar in Texas, I believe. Yeah, Texas bar exam. She's about to open her own law firm, okay, called Lauren the Lawyer, PLLC, okay, and she'll be opening May 13th. I was like, girl, you sure took a leap of faith, didn't you? And she was just like, yeah, you know, she felt like she was going to pass the bar, and she did, and now she's going to be, you know, specializing in family law and criminal records expungements. She was watching me from a long time ago. She was doing nails in college, you know, and doing her friends' nails and everything. Then she decided she was going to go to law school. Like, I remember all of this going on. She was in Louisiana, then she went to Texas. She was in law school there, and she did it. And now about to open her own damn law firm, you guys. So I think this is actually a fist pump of righteousness, because you guys know that we always talk about, you know, celebrities and their accomplishments, but when it's somebody, you know, for lack of better words, a regular person who's out there doing spectacular things, and then somebody who has been a part of the rock star family for years, yeah, I always love to give the old fist pump of righteousness to my black girl magic out there. So congratulations to Lauren. I won't give her last name because she probably doesn't want it out there like that. But congratulations to her. So proud of you. Every day this week after I did a video, I was like, fuck, I was supposed to give a shout out to Lauren. Okay, that's why I don't do shout outs, you guys, because I'm really bad at remembering. My mind is in autopilot. When I do top of the blogs, it's all about the stories, get it done and get off. Okay, so but I did want to make sure that I did it today, and I'm glad I did. So congratulations to Lauren out there. Lauren the Lawyer. You guys, if you need some help from her, look out for her in Dallas, Texas. Like I said, family law, criminal record expungements. Congratulations to you, Lauren. Do your thug thizzle. Alright, you guys, let me get on back in this hot ass office. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.